Hi people, mooi nou even back again of course, as always. You can tell from the header that I'm going to delve into someone's mind again, and this time it's going to be someone called Aileen Wuornos. Now, if you don't know who Aileen Wuornos is, check out the link in the description below, or wait until the end screen to get like a biography summary or similar. In any case, a video detailing who she is, or giving you the gist at least on who she is. Long story short, she was a prostitute that turned into a murderer. I wouldn't say serial killer, but she killed essentially. She started killing her so-called clientele. And generally speaking, she is not someone that has had a pleasant life. She's already dead. She's been dead for a long time. You know, she was executed. She was on death row or something. I remember. In any case, I'm going to delve into her mind. Again, it's like delving into the belly of the beast. And the reason I delve into the minds of people that were severely troubled, or people who have had horrible lives, to put it that way, is because it gives you more of an in-depth analysis on what made these people whom they are. I mean, I already know that in theory, but actually seeing it, it's more informative for you people as viewers, as well as for myself, obviously, primarily for myself. The thing is that if you reach someone that is, so to speak, normal, then it's not going to be an issue. It's not going to be anything, you know. It's not going to be informative. You're just going to see mundane events, etc., etc. Unless it's someone that you really, where you really needed to extract information from that person, or you wanted to see something that happened to that person that that you weren't aware of. In any case, as opposed to the previous video where I covered Barack Obama, I delved into their minds, as well as John Wayne Gacy, the clown killer. I'm not going to tread lightly here. I'm really going to dive deep down into the deepest corridors of this individual, of Miss Wuornos. So yeah, let's go. I'm already set at default maximum power. So yeah, here we go. Give me a moment. Okay, let me just double check, because I want to make sure that I'm not just yapping on and then all of a sudden the camera turned off. Sorry if the camera lens goes out of focus. It's due to the dim lighting in my room. No matter. Okay, by default I prefer everything dim. Okay, so yeah, let's go. I will count down from 10 to 0 for myself, and when I do so, or upon doing so, and reaching 0, I will delve into the deepest recesses of Aileen Wuornos' mind. My intentions are clear, okay? The person, my intended target, is also clear. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. I'm underwater. I'm like in the ocean or something, submerged in the ocean, almost like a Mariana Trench kind of deal. A great white shark, or a shark in any case, came by and essentially bit off my the lower part of my body. But of course, I regenerate because it's purely spiritual. It's astral. Not to mention the fact that I can be touched. Now it's like I'm on an island, and I saw Aileen Wuornos come up out of the thingy, out of the depths of the ocean, and she simply floated on surface level with me, all the while laughing maniacally. And then a shark bit off her head, and now I'm in like a room of a wooden, rickety-looking house, and I think I'm seeing her when what? I'm seeing her being gang raped by a couple of men, but they're hitting her. It's like an S&M bondage thing. They're all hitting her violently with belts, and she essentially defecated. The thing is that she was like tied down to the bed sideways, and she was of course on her stomach, and they had her pants pulled down, but she literally defecated. And now the guys are like reeling in disgust, and she's laughing maniacally. Yep. Deeper, deeper. I want to go deeper. Again, I'm still underwater. There's a lot of water stuff going on here. I mean, based on my observation, I can conclude that there is like thingy. She either had a deep-seated fear of water, or she enjoyed swimming to an extensive level. Okay, I mean really just deep, and or similar, honestly. In any case, water played a role in her life. Not even if it's not on a material level, it has to be subconsciously. So she heavily saw herself as being like a water-based kind of individual, or she lived near water. A lot of stuff happened like that. The overall vibe that I'm also getting from the environment with her is just a lot of bitterness. But the thing is that I'm immune to it. At my power level, I'm easily immune to it, so it doesn't affect me anymore. But if I place myself in the shoes of the average person, a lot of buzzing, a lot of negativity. It's like, you know, the sour smell that vomit has. If you've ever vomited, you've ever had to puke, and you smelled your own puke, just in a matter of speaking, if you were like drunk and you vomited, yeah, that's the bitter smell that I want to smell essentially if I place myself in the shoes of the average person. Okay, now deeper. I'm seeing her play with a Jack in a Box, just a little girl. Now I'm seeing a guy dressed in a clown costume, but his face is unclear. It keeps changing. He hits her, and then he essentially fingers her, and then he licks his fingers. He essentially tastes her poo. And she's crying and screaming, but there's no one in the house, honestly. It's Christmas. There's no one in the house, honestly. There's no one in that house. And then the clown figure essentially, he rapes her anally, and she's like 8 years old, 7 years old, and her rectum is bleeding from hemorrhaging and tears. Now the clown figure looked at me and said, "What the fuck do you think you're looking at? Or what the fuck are you looking at?" And he just came all up into my face, and he was like, you know, what the clowns usually do. And yeah. Okay. Deeper. I want to go deeper, as deep as possible. Deep. Show me the recesses of her mind, the absolute deepest memories that she has. Okay, now I'm seeing her in chains as an adult. When she was a prostitute, she had to like give an entire group of men oral sex. It's like being gang raped, essentially, being locked in a dungeon. all the while peeing and pooing herself, so urinating and defecating on herself. I think she was in a situation where she was like she was kidnapped and locked in a cellar or something. It's like made out of stone. Made out of stone for what? For 2 weeks essentially is the general information that I'm getting here. Again, this can be purely metaphorical. It doesn't have to be the case literally. She just spits and she cries out in agony, says, "I just wish I were dead." She's getting brief thoughts of killing herself, slitting her own throat, if that were possible, but that's in her mind essentially when she was in that situation. So essentially a mind thought within a mind thought. I'm smelling the urine and the fecal matter. Ugh. The smell just hit me like a fucking waft. And now she's looking at me and she's saying, "What the fuck are you looking at? Why aren't you helping me if you're so good?" And I'm feeling myself become slightly lightheaded. Not that it's affecting me or anything, but everything is now hazy and unclear, and her toxic thoughts essentially tried to penetrate my mind. That's why I was feeling slightly lightheaded, but again, it's me, so it doesn't affect me, not even in the slightest. I'm just getting the most immersive experience possible, okay? So like I said, reading someone like this is very, very dangerous if you're the average person, or if you're even like the average occultist. I mean, this is really stuff that can damage you mentally, delving into the mind of someone that is that traumatized and that plagued and troubled. And now we're in a cornfield, and she was standing there, but she screamed in my face, and then she turned into some kind of banshee-looking creature. And now I see nothing but like monsters coming out of the cornfields, weird creatures. Okay, I want to delve as deep into her mind as possible. Okay, I'm getting the answer that this is already as deep as shit goes. I'm sorry, that as deep as things go. And now we're underwater again. It's with the whole shark thing again. And sharks are like consuming her again. They tried to consume me, but I easily fended them off. And now they're just ignoring me, and they're tearing her to pieces. And now she's saying, "Finally, I'm dead. My suffering is over." Yeah, it's not necessary. I wanted to keep this video short, so I'm not going to do anything else. It's not necessary. I don't feel like going into other details of her life, because to me, stuff like that, like all the trials and tribulations in life, sexual abuse, molestation, rape, all of that stuff is mundane to me. So yeah, end session. Whoa, I'm done. Yeah, now coming back. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's essentially it. Yeah, I'll hear it if there's anything in the comment section. Bye bye.